Coach. How are you doing today? I just want to get your thoughts on the defensive line as a unit going into training camp. Obviously, this is your first year here, but what have you seen from this unit as a whole?
Probably starting off with great energy, continuity. I couldn't have been more excited about taking this job in the first place and being a part of Josh's staff. But just energy and work ethic on a day-to-day basis.
What makes this exciting about Coach McDaniel's staff and coming into it in year one?
So many things. So I'd honestly say it starts with the organization, what we represent, and then his commitment to excellence. Like it's fun to coach at a place where the standards are high, and you know what the players know what to expect every day.
What are some of your goals going into the year from a coaching standpoint? And then obviously you have some guys that you haven't really worked with yet in Tyree Wilson, but having guys like Chandler Jones who can kind of coach up the younger guys in Maxx Crosby, how much of a benefit is that having them on the edge?
I mean, you think it's probably a pretty big benefit to have two guys going to the Hall of Fame on the edge to learn from. You know, what else could you ask for as a rookie, in my opinion, to learn from those two guys? But expectations, I mean, obviously, staying away from the measurable things, consistent energy, consistent work ethic, being the same guy every day, controlling the things that we can't control. That's kind of the focus.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Coach Pierce here. Thank you for joining me on the Dark Side of Beastwriter. Coach, I just want to get your thoughts on the linebacker unit as an entire unit. Last year when we talked to you around this time, you talked about reading your keys and how that's the most important part of the position. But talk about reading your keys for a rookie coming in. What are some things that you're teaching and preaching during this time in OTAs?
Yeah, I think, when you come from college, all linebackers, mostly all football players, they stay with the quarterback. Can't do that here in the National Football League. Obviously, for the linebackers, we stay within the core. So they just got to do a good job of reading keys. Don't overthink it. Don't do too much. It's not your job to stare at the quarterback. There's a time and place for that. And really, that's it. Just training the eye, which does take time. And then the spring's been really good for these guys that have done a good job.
And specifically in Divine Deablo's game, when we spoke to him, I asked him, what was the hardest part about transitioning from safety to linebacker? He talked about seeing the game from a different lens,
right,
where safety is everything's in front of you. As a second-level backer, sometimes things are behind you.
Yep.
What have you seen from Divine Deablo going into year two, same scheme?
Yeah, the guy that's getting more mature, getting better. Obviously saw the physical traits. That looks good. But I think he's just getting more comfortable in his skin, getting comfortable playing linebacker in the National Football League. Obviously, his role will be whatever he wants to make it as. But he's done a good job of just everything that we've asked him to do. And Diablo, he does it with a smile, and that's all you can ask for.
And you have a new guy coming in, Robert Spillane, coming over from Pittsburgh. What does he bring to the table outside of his NFL traits, sideline-to-sideline presence and high motor?
Yeah, I think he just loves his presence. He comes in, he's a very serious player. Football means a lot to him. You can tell that. He comes from a football background, family as well. And then you just like the mentality that he has, kind of one of those throwback type linebackers. And whenever you can add that to your room and add that just presence to your team, I think that's a benefit to all of us. But I think the one thing that we all can hang our hat on is that he comes to work every day with his hard hat on.
And if you describe your coaching style in one word, what would it be?
Pretty passionate.
Passionate. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Coach. I appreciate you.